Hello. Another short introduction into a Western series. I'm not sure that fits. If you are easily offended by violent content, if you are easily offended by sexuality, do not ever pick up The Renegade. Don't read it, don't open it, leave it on the shelf, just walk by. The Renegade, written by Ramsay Thorne, also known as Lou Cameron, is a book series that goes through the exploits of one Dick Walker, Captain Richard Walker, also known as Captain Gringo, and his stalwart sidekick, Verrier. Gaston Verrier, the pratique little deserter from the French Foreign Legion. Now, you might think that a book series like this would be disparaging towards Hispanics because most of it happens below the border: Mexico, South America, Central America. I found it to be anything but. In more than one book, he went out of his way to explain the tradition of siesta as a matter of survival, and that many of the white people that were living south of the border adopted it quickly as a matter of survival. Those that didn't suffered horribly. But like I said, if you're offended by violence and sexuality, don't. Whatever you do, don't read this book. It's a bloody trail blazed across the southern border. Dick Walker, who's based in the 1890s, is a U.S. cavalry officer that's convicted and sentenced to hang, whereupon he escapes, makes his way across the border, and eventually becomes a soldier of fortune, along with his sidekick, Gaston. I'm going to read the introduction to Renegade 1 and let you decide for yourself. Suddenly, the fat little sadist they called Captain Torture walked over to them. He stopped in front of Walker and asked, "Is it true you were in the U.S. Army?" "Why do you ask?" "We're having trouble with a thrice accursed Yankee machine gun. I think my men put the belt in wrong. Come over and show the fools how to load and fire the damn thing." Incidentally, he's in front of a firing squad with a number of other people at the moment. Walker shrugged and followed Captain Torture back to the machine gun. The sergeant, who'd arrested the tall American, muttered, "Forgive me, my captain, but to hand a loaded machine gun to a prisoner? Silence! I know what I'm doing. The gun is unable to swivel more than a few inches on that heavy mount. Were you really intending us all to go over and stand before the wall with the victims?" "Forgive me, my captain. I meant no disrespect." Those were the last words he spoke. The American put his right hand on the grips, a finger on the trigger, and suddenly rose to his feet, gun and all, as he pulled the Maxim swivel pin from its socket on the tripod. Captain Torture gasped, "What are you?" And then he was dead, torn almost in two as Captain Gringo fired into his fat gut at point-blank range. That is the light side of the Renegade. If you want to try an adventure series that's going to make you cringe, make you blush, make you put the book down from time to time, and hide it from your children too, this is the one to try. The Renegade by Ramsay Thorne. And as you can see right here, that little black circle, that says an adult Western. I usually take a black pen and mark that out when I do things like take this to work and leave it laying on the counter. I really don't want people to walk by and go, "Oh, racy, eh?" You have no idea. That's why they'll probably never, ever make a movie from this, because if it was a hit, people would go look for the book. And when they found it, they'd be aghast. Thank you. Tune in next time for another short introduction to Western novels.